Well, the man accused of killing Charlie Kirk is back in court as prosecutors lay out evidence that they say ties him to the shooting.
This week's preliminary hearing will determine whether there's enough evidence for the case against Tyler Robinson to move to trial. We're joined now live by attorney Rachel Fiset. She is an expert, so we want to get that in there. Thank you for being with us. Is this a preliminary hearing rather than a grand jury? Can you explain the difference here as to why this trial is doing a preliminary hearing?
Yeah, so a preliminary hearing is a more public hearing. It's where the prosecution lays out their evidence. The burden is not particularly high, but the defendant gets to hear everything. The defense is there. They get to participate in the hearing. It's not done in secret. It is not a jury. It is just the judge that makes the determination. And basically their burden of proof is around 20 to 40%. It's kind of a feeling of whether this should proceed, that there is probable cause to proceed to trial. In other circumstances, a grand jury might be warranted. In Utah, they don't really use them very often in state court, but grand juries are conducted in secret, and the defense is not there. They are not in any way defending the case, and they don't get to hear everything that is against their client. So it's really two separate proceedings, and in Utah State Court, generally, grand juries are only used if they want to keep something secret, if it's a complicated case, and they don't want people to know basically the evidence involved in the prosecution.
Rachel, prosecutors are presenting a security video. I understand they say they have a lot of it, forensic evidence and witness testimony. So how much of that is about proving guilt versus showing that there's enough evidence to actually go to trial?
I'd say we have enough evidence to go to trial at this moment, and this is going to proceed for a few more days. There is a videotape of Tyler Robinson allegedly walking up to the roof. They have him on the roof. They have him coming down. They have him getting in his car. That's really more than you need to show evidence to go to trial. Now we have a lot of grandstanding. There is a lot going on. And frankly, this does in some ways benefit the defense because they now know how the prosecution is going to present the evidence at trial. But there's more evidence than you need here really to establish probable cause that the prosecution is trying to do it.
Okay, well, the death penalty is on the table. I can't really remember recently this high profile of a case with the death penalty involved. So does it change how prosecutors or the defense approach the case?
It only changes it in that they have to establish probable cause for the aggravated circumstances that they want to proceed on. So they have to establish probable cause for each count inside of the indictment. And the death penalty is an aggravated circumstance. And here the aggravated circumstance is endangerment of others because he shot into a crowd. So they need to establish that. And they're also trying to establish that it was politically motivated, which can also be an aggravated circumstance leading to the death penalty. So that's the reason that there would be any change. But as far as the burden of proof to go forward, that doesn't change.
Okay.
All right. So if the judge does find that there is enough evidence, take us through what happens next.
So if the judge finds there is probable cause, there's enough evidence to go forward, they then formally arraign Tyler Robinson on the exact charges that are going forward. So if it's everything in the indictment, there are several counts in the indictment that are felonies. So he will be arraigned and hear each one, including the aggravated circumstances. And really the trial will proceed. So there will be pretrial motions by the lawyers, and then they will work their way towards trial. So this is really just the first phase, and then they go forward with what would be a jury trial thereafter.
All right. Rachel Fiset, thank you so much for being with us and breaking this all down.
Thank you.